That's how he talks. Are we filming?
Yeah.
All right.
Rolling.
What are things that have come up in your life recently? Ooh. DMV. It's pretty easy to spell.
Yeah, maybe.
That's the only thing that's easy about it.
Yeah, pretty much. So we're going to talk about the DMV because I woke up this morning to my mom sending me a text message that said, Kaitlyn, where's your license tag? Because you will get pulled over if you don't have it. I'm like, what? Why, what do you mean? Where's my license tag? So my license tag on my car is gone and I don't know where it went, which means I'm going to have to deal with the DMV.
For those of you who are watching in states that aren't crazy about traffic laws, we live in Virginia, where they just nickel and dime you to death.
Yeah, and you have to have license tags on both sides, in the front and back of your car.
You have to make sure that your car goes.
That your car works?
You you go to the DMV, or you go to the inspection place.
Yeah. So
that they can tell you that your car goes.
Other states, you don't have to have your car inspected?
I don't know. Alabama is different. I'm not sure that they do that.
Well, it's Alabama. So you don't have to have insurance and stuff for it?
I don't know.
Because I know that Virginia is kind of weird about that, where it's you have to have insurance, and if you don't have insurance, you have to pay a big fine to not have insurance. Which is why don't you just go ahead and pay for insurance?
Just like healthcare is now. What
have your experiences with the DMV been? Because I've only been to the DMV once, and that was when I got my learner's permit.
My experience is, one time my license got suspended because I got a ticket for speeding.
Yeah.
And they sent me a letter in the mail, I'm gonna check the mail.
Oh,
so I didn't get this letter in the mail. The letter said that I had to go to a defensive driving class. And since I didn't check it, I didn't go. I don't know if I would have gone.
Anyway.
My license was suspended. And I was going to college in Birmingham, Alabama at the time. I was driving back and I was speeding. Again. And a cop pulled me over and he was like, you know your license is suspended, right? And I was like, no, I had no idea, which I didn't. But he wrote me up for speeding and he's like, I'm gonna go that way. I'm gonna leave you here. You can't drive. But I'm gonna go that way. And once I get around that turn, I won't be able to see you. And he looks at me, he's like, I won't be able to see you when here. And he's like, do you understand what I'm saying to you? And I was like, thank you. Thank you. So he goes off and I drive home and then I had to deal with the DMV. I think it was spring break. I don't know at the time. So this is how I spent my spring break. I went to defensive driving class, did all that junk. But my insurance went up. We paid the higher insurance and I went to the DMV and they were like, we don't have anything. We don't have anything on the computer that says that you've done this. We do this all the time. There's nothing here. There's nothing here. So I left after 5 minutes at the front window after waiting for 2 hours. Got on the phone again with the insurance company and they're like, they have it. We do this all the time. They have it. We know that they have it. So I went back and I told them that they have it. I should have been more forceful. It turns out that they had it the whole time, but in that time, in that time my tags had expired.
Oh no.
And I had to deal with this so I could get tags. I wasn't going to get my license reinstated. That was out of the question. There wasn't enough time. But I could have gotten tags. So I still would have been driving on a suspended license. I didn't get the tags. Because they never got the insurance.
Yeah.
And I had class on Monday. I had to get back to Birmingham.
Yeah.
To go to school. I got pulled over on expired tags.
Oh my gosh.
And the guy towed my car in Tennessee.
Ah!
And I got a ride with the tow truck driver. He took me to a hotel, and I called my dad and was like, my car's towed, and
oh my goodness,
help. And he drove all the way to Tennessee and got me a Greyhound bus ticket to Alabama, and it took me 15 extra hours to get there.
See, that's why I don't stress like that. I just, deal with things before they should happen. But then stuff like this has been happening to me recently with the license tag, and then I ran out of gas in my driveway, and I had to get to work. My first day of work, and I don't have gas in my car. I don't know what's going on. I guess sometimes things like this happen. Maybe you should just not speed. It might help.
I don't. I mean, I've learned my lesson. I go a flat 8 or 9 miles per hour over the speed limit at all times. And I've never gotten pulled over since then. Except for running a stop sign. I don't like traffic signs. And traffic lights are worse. Traffic lights, I feel like they're insulting my intelligence. Because when it's like 2 a.m.
Yeah,
and you have
I
to like,
agree with that.
You're going down the road and it's green, and then it turns red, and you have to wait for like a minute to let no one pass. There was this place at Sanford, at Birmingham, where they closed a gate at night, but there was a traffic light for that gate. So you would get to that light, and it would turn red, and you'd have to wait, presumably...
For the imaginary cars?
In case someone wanted to, like, turn there and crash into the gate. I ran that light, mostly, at night, just right through. Roundabouts are the way to go.
You have to go around the roundabout to go straight through. Now, if that was a stoplight and it was green, you could just go straight through and you'd never have to slow down from 35, but you have to slow down in order to go around the roundabout.
People work it out on their own. Like, you don't have to pull up to the roundabout and wait for, like, 2 minutes.
So I guess that, like, evens out. Like, the speed you have to slow down to is, like, averaged with having to stop for 2 minutes.
Right,
Other times versus the times you can go straight.
I think it probably works faster. Because you have to slow down, you can see people you're going to hit. You know? You have enough time. But if you're, like, barreling through a stoplight at 60...
Well,
you have no time
barrel
to,
through the stoplight. You barrel through the green.
Though.
Well,
people
yeah,
do, though.
I know.
No one gets killed in roundabouts.
I don't think you should say that. I don't think that's true.
I'm
sure someone has gotten killed in a roundabout.
Yeah, maybe. But like how? They got dizzy.
I just had this vision of like this old lady like, whoa, I don't know what to do.
She gets lost in the roundabout. She's like, have I seen that turn? I feel like I've seen that before. Thank God for old ladies.